Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss season 1 of Netflix's original show, The Santa Clarita Diet, or Santa Clarita Diet. Liv Hewson, Skylar Gisondo, Timothy Oliphant, and the one and only goddess amongst us mere mortals, Drew Barrymore. The four of them star in the show. Skylar Gisondo, we've watched him grow. He's done so many different projects. We know and love him from the third Night at the Museum. And it's funny because so many people reference him as Nick from Night at the Museum. But he only played Nick in the third Night at the Museum. He didn't play Nick in the first and second Night at the Museum. That's a trilogy we actually have to talk about, regardless or irregardless, as our beloved Robbie Amal says constantly in 2015's The Duff. Here I go on my tangents. This show, Santa Clarita Diet, starring Drew Barrymore, Timothy Oliphant, Liv Hewson, and Skylar Gisondo, is awesome. The first, I think it's like 10 episodes per season 1, 2, and 3. That's it. That's all I got. It doesn't even like end on a cliffhanger. It's just like, what happens next? Like, yeah, things happen, and like, is there a cure? Is there not a cure? But like, it's just a matter of, okay, well, on to the next one. It's not like a giant cliffhanger. It's just like an appropriate end of episode cliffhanger, if that makes any sense. So Drew Barrymore plays this character, and somehow she becomes an undead. And we don't know how she became undead. That's still a thing we're trying to figure out. She starts to just vomit yellow gook everywhere. She's a realtor with her husband, Timothy Oliphant's character, and she throws up this red bowl thing, and then they trace it back to like this old Serbian myth kind of a thing that like tells of a virus that rampaged through this old Serbian ancient, not ancient, but medieval Serbian village, and like there's different accounts of it, and then like certain people start to like come forward with more information, and it's very interesting. There's a doctor trying to find a cure to this undead dead thing, having like the horror aspect of it, the killing aspect of it, the thrill of it, but it's hysterical. It's a horror comedy, and it's just so thrilling to watch because it's like, what happens next, but in a comedic kind of sitcom way. You would never think it would work, but it works so well. And I think horror comedy is my favorite genre, to be completely honest. When you throw horror comedy and musical into the mix, absolutely incredible. Anna vs. the Apocalypse is a perfect example of that, horror comedy and musical, and it's a Christmas film. Repo, the Genetic Opera, horror comedy and musical. Little Shop of Horrors, horror comedy and musical. It's we can't even say Sweeney Todd is technically a comedy, but it is a horror musical. I love that genre. It's so entertaining because you never would think it would work, and I think that's what's great about the majority of Tim Burton's films that are musicals, because it's horror, comedy, dramedy musicals. It's just throw the music with the macabre, or the magic with the macabre, the magicabre. I don't know. I'm trying to make words up. But this show got me thinking on genre, and to have different backstories related, and the writing was great, and to have the boy next door character and Skylar, and it's just very entertaining. It's very well done. It was very entertaining. It's very quick. I was never bored. I don't know why I never watched this 5 years ago when it first came out. So on to season 2 and then season 3. Let's see what happens next. What happened? Will we find a zombie cure? It's just so neat having another zombie aspect to it. It's an undead dead, but you're conscious, and you have like a higher libido, and you have like more focus and more energy and stuff, but you have to eat human flesh. So it's so interesting because it's not brains kind of a thing. It's more, talking as you normally do, with more energetic, more ADD, for instance, ADHD. And, you just got to kill and maim and eat some human flesh along the way. She literally chisels off meat parts from corpses that are in a storage freezer and makes smoothies out of them, and goes on her daily walks with the girls. It's perfect. Santa Clarita Diet season 1. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.